next one, John F. Kennedy. This will be the second one that we feature, and this was put together by a very young filmmaker in England, John F. Kennedy, an American visionary. So I will bring up his screen, and he is using Wondershare Filmora. This is Joshua Boyuk Yilmaz. Joshua is 33 years old, living in the United Kingdom. As I said, this is going to be a runtime of 8 minutes and 33 seconds. This was submitted for the White House Anecdotes and First Family History of the First Families of the United States category. This was a student fee, this was like a reduced fee is what we do. And there's Joshua and his entertainment company. This is a short documentary to commemorate the 60th commemoration of his assassination and the life and times of President John Fitzgerald Kennedy and what makes him the most popular president in American history. We've got some still photos and other reviews that were submitted. This is the Kennedy homestead, and that's Joshua. So he's obviously a big fan. He's gone there and been at the Kennedy Center and whatnot and studied. And he sent us these photographs. He was born in 1992 in North London in Great Britain, and he's the son of an Irish mother and a Turkish father. Joshua, in the beginning, made short stop-motion Lego films. I know our daughter loves stop-motion. He did this with his friends and always loved production photos and making of books and TV shows of films. So at first, Joshua wanted to be an actor and studied drama for his finals in high school until he realized he had trouble remembering his lines, and then he organized the lighting and music for his drama finals, and at that moment, he knew he wanted to be a director. He then went on to study media at City and Islington College Center for Business, Arts and Technology in Holloway, and continued by becoming a member of Raindance and attending Dov Simmons' 2-day weekend film school. He also wrote film reviews for Exposure Magazine based in Muswell Hill, North London, and introduced his special reel where he wrote his film reviews. He then worked at London's Empire Cinema, Leicester Square, and Joshua volunteered at the London Irish Centre in Camden at the John Fitzgerald Kennedy Hall for 18 months. He then moved back to his passion of films and filmmaking and began to volunteer at film festivals and graduated in filmmaking and screenwriting at the Working Men's College in Camden. It's a couple of reviews here, and so without further ado, this is his video that he submitted on John F. Kennedy.
I know John Kennedy is in heaven, where trouble and turmoil forever cease. I know his spirit will guide America and lead the world toward peace. He shall never be forgotten for the things he knew were right.
And when he died, when that comet disappeared over the continent, the whole nation grieved and would not forget.
May his soul be an eternal light.
Born into a Catholic family of Irish descent, Kennedy changed the American political system. Kennedy dealt with many health problems.
It's been a long time since we've had a definitive report on your health from the best possible source. How is your aching back?
Well, it depends on the weather, political and otherwise. It's very good, though.
He was the first president to declare a war on poverty and created the Peace Corps.
Be a member of the Peace Corps of the United States.
With his wife, Jacqueline Bouvier, and the president both looking like movie stars.
Here as elsewhere around the country, there's a new haircut being taught in the curriculum, the John Kennedy haircut.
Inspiring a young Bill Clinton.
It shall be the policy of this nation to regard any nuclear missile launched from Cuba against any nation in the Western Hemisphere as an attack by the Soviet Union on the United States, requiring a full retaliatory response upon the Soviet Union. Fourth,
The Cuban Missile Crisis was the closest anyone has gone to war over the use of nuclear weapons. For 13 days in October, the world held its breath. It ultimately ended to Kennedy's credit and gave Russia and America new legislation providing the Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. And civil rights activists were being attacked by police attack dogs and fire hoses had caught the attention of the president as he saw it on television and was heard by saying that it had made him feel sick.
We preach freedom around the world, and we mean it. And we cherish our freedom here at home. But are we to say to the world, and much more importantly, to each other, that this is a land of the no master race, except with respect to Negroes?
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth. No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind or more important for the long-range exploration of space, and none will be so difficult or expensive to accomplish.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
JFK also made a historic trip to the birthplace of his ancestors, Ireland.
If the day was clear enough, and if you went down to the bay and you looked west, and your sight was good enough, you would see Boston, Massachusetts. I wonder if you could perhaps let me know how many of you here have a relative in America who you would admit to, if you'd hold up your hand. So I must say that though other days may not be so bright as we look towards the future, that the brightest days will continue to be those in which we visited you here in Ireland.
I'm Berliner, although I'm at home in USA. I'm Berliner, because I think of Berlin by night and day.
All free men, wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin. And therefore, as a free man, I take pride in the words, Ich bin ein Berliner.
This is Dallas, November 22nd. President John F. Kennedy was shot and killed here today, period. The president suffered a massive gunshot wound in the brain and was pronounced dead at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. With no one attending him but physicians and nurses, he died without regaining consciousness or uttering a word.
This is Edwin Newman in the NBC newsroom in New York. This information from Dallas. 2 priests who were with President Kennedy say he is dead of bullet wounds. This is the latest information we have from Dallas.
But all we can do now is pray for him, and it's about all we can do. An entire loss to the world. It's hardly believable.
John Kennedy was born 100 years ago today on May the 29th, 1917. But I'm really interested in President Kennedy as a man, as a human being, and as a president.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
I can now retire from politics after having had Happy Birthday sung to me in such a sweet, wholesome way.
For in the final analysis, our most basic common link is that we all inhabit this small planet. We all breathe the same air. We all cherish our children's futures. And we are all mortal.
All right. Well, there we have it. And we were very lucky to also have Joshua on with us from London. He's watching and he had some encouraging comments there.